So, I'm training for a 10K. That's in October. And I missed my last 6 runs. And today I'm supposed to run 4 miles. I haven't been eating the greatest. I'm tired. I haven't been sleeping the greatest. My sweet, sweet toddler has entered the threenager phase and it has rocked me. But just gotta rip the band-aid off. I'm on the treadmill today because it's too hot for me to run outside and I loathe the treadmill. But you gotta start somewhere. I already paid for this 10K, so I have to train for it. So life has been life in a little bit, but we got to start somewhere. And today the somewhere is on the treadmill, as I mentioned. So let's go do it. So here's the thing about me and recording. I get really upset when my camera either isn't recording because I forgot to press record, or if it was recording and it just decided all of a sudden that it was going to stop or just turn off. It really frustrates me. I was literally just sitting here talking to the camera for, I don't know, 5-6 minutes, and it just went off and it didn't save any of it. Oh my God. Anyway, I just finished that run. It was supposed to be 4 miles. I did not do 4 miles. I did 2. I did the warm-up mile, and then I did the first interval of 0.5 miles each, so that totaled to 2 miles. And normally the first mile of any run that I do is always the hardest. But this first mile felt great. I didn't have any issue with it. But the second mile, I was like, bro, I need to go home. I was over it. I could not even push myself through mentally. And that's okay. That's fine. I'm glad I did rip the band-aid off, because if I didn't just do it, even though I was going to do it on a treadmill, I literally would not have ever done it. And I would have probably showed up to this 10K completely unprepared because I would have just stopped training. I still have like 9 weeks left. 11, what is it? 9, 10, 11? I don't know, something like that. Weeks left until the 10K or whatever. Both me and my friend are struggling. But anyway, I did 2 miles rather than the 4. It's okay. It's whatever. I'm tired. I didn't eat enough. It's hot. Like, I gotta go. I'm thinking about all the things that I gotta do outside of running. And even though I do enjoy running now, sometimes when life is lifing, like, I just can't seem to shut my brain off. And because organizing running around my life when it's lifing is a lot. So it just feels like another thing that I have to do, right? Rather than something that I get to do or something that I enjoy, and it just be a lot. Plus, right now, it's the luteal phase. Sis just want to lay down, read a book, and just chill. And even though I have been in a struggle of getting back into the rhythm of running, my, like, me going, my books that I've been reading, all of them, chef kiss. Like, I legitimately have been reading great books. The last 2 books that I read, a love song by Ricki Wilde, a love song for Ricki Wilde by Tia Williams, and Score by Kennedy Ryan. Now, a love song for Ricki Wilde by Tia Williams, I gave it 4 stars. I really, really enjoyed that book. And I did read 7 Days in June by Tia Williams as well. And I didn't enjoy that book as much as most people did, but it was a really, really beautifully written book. However, I think the time in which I read it, like, it was just too heavy for the mood, I guess, that I was in, or I don't know what it was. But either way, I still gave that book 3.5 stars. It probably would have been higher if it was a different time in my life when I read it. But I'm excited about it because I think it's becoming a movie. I think it has a screen adaptation in some type of way. Anyhow, a love song for Ricki Wilde. Beautiful, cute story. I didn't expect it to have magical realism, but it did, and it actually fit very well. I love the elements of the Harlem Renaissance, and like the flashbacks, and the how everything was just tied in. It was just so cute and so fleshed out. Like, it wasn't just one of those cutesy, fluffy type romance books, but it was cutesy, and it had fluffy moments, but it had depth, and I really enjoyed that. So I gave that 4 stars. And then after that, I read Score by Kennedy Ryan, which is the second book in her Harlem Renaissance series. The first book being Real, I read that, I think, like, I don't know, a year or two ago. However long ago it came out, I read it then. And Score was better than Real. And I was so skeptical. I was like, I don't know if I'm really going to like that, because it just, I'd be so worried that the next book in the series is not going to be good. But I don't know why I was concerned about that with Kennedy Ryan. Kennedy Ryan, minus one particular series, the Hoops series, Block Shot, I hated that book. But we're not going to go on that. Anyway, Score. Score was so well done. Like, Kennedy Ryan always has, like, she has what we would call contemporary romance. So it has like real life elements, but it is a romance, and it is a happily ever after always. But it deals with a whole bunch of real life situations, and the characters feel so real and so relatable, and it was just so well done. And the female main character, and this is not a spoiler, has a mental illness. And the way that Kennedy Ryan handled that illness was so well done. I was like, she how do I put it? Like, she wrote it so raw, but she did it so delicately. I don't even know how those two things went together, but they did. Okay, like, it was so well done. I was like, oh my goodness. The way that she helped us get into the mind of the afflicted, as well as those that their loved ones, and those that were a part of their lives that weren't necessarily dealing with mental illness or knew anybody really who dealt with mental illness, but were a part of that person's life. It was just so well done. She gave us both perspectives without minimizing or diminishing the actual experience of each person. And it was just 5 stars, 5 stars. I'll probably reread that. And I'm not big on rereading too many books, but that book I think I'll reread. And I've been recommending it to everybody. Okay, everybody. It's weird how how it can be considered to be heavy, but it's not heavy in the worst way. Let's say it like that. So that was really beautiful to read, and the character development was beyond me. It was phenomenal. And the book that I'm reading now is called With Love From Harlem. It's a historical fiction. It's by ReShonda Tate, and I've actually never read anything by her. She did write Queen Sugar, or Queen of Sugar Hill, or something like that, but I didn't read that. I'm reading With Love From Harlem because I do like to read about the Harlem Renaissance. And also, what led me into finally reading this book, because I've had this book on my Kindle for a while, what finally led me into reading With Love From Harlem was Score. Because in Score, there are mentions of like great historical figures, and Hazel Scott was one of those historical historical people, like historical icons. She was one of those historical icons, and I love reading about especially black women from back then, because I'm a black woman, and even though in today, like today's day and age, sometimes, a lot of times, we still deal with not being able to do certain things or get the credit we deserve, or the recognition that we deserve, or even sometimes the same opportunities. They paved the way, but especially musical, like, I just, yeah. So I'm only a couple chapters in. I think I'm like on chapter 4. I started it yesterday, and I don't think I like the guy that she met in the beginning of the story. I don't really know him all like that, but from what I know so far, I'm like, I don't know if I really like you. So we'll see. But either way, I like the way it's written, and it's so crazy how these people are living such full lives at such young ages. Like, the book starts off and she's like 21 or 22 years old. Hazel Scott is like 21 or 22 years old, and it also nods to Nina Simone, which gave me, I never knew. Well, actually, I think I knew, but I didn't know what her name was. I knew Nina Simone was her stage name, but I didn't know what her real name was. But in the book, they say her real name, which, this is why I love reading historical fiction. This is why I love reading about the Harlem Renaissance. This is why I love reading about, why I love reading, period. So even though I've been struggling in the fitness area just a little bit, I have not been struggling in my fiction era. Okay, my books have been great, and even like my little novellas as well. And I can't remember off the top of my head, but they were good as well. Anyhow, now I have to go home and put my well, she probably ate lunch, but I think my mom probably gave her lunch, and then put her down for a nap, and then we get up, and then we're gonna go to, our church has a movie night. I'm gonna take her to that. She does not know about it yet, because if I change my mind, I do not need her hounding me. Okay. Anyhow, thanks for hanging out with me, friend. Thanks for listening to me rant and chat about my books, per usual. And if this is your vibe, subscribe and join the tribe. And I will see you in the next one. Later.